So going back to the electromagnetic induction problem. So this is an advanced level problem from subjective questions. So we are having a current carrying wire which is carrying a uniform current, and this is traveling in this direction, and a rod which is moving with a velocity v in this direction. Here I have drawn a cross mark, that is the magnetic field produced by this current carrying wire. This current carrying wire magnetic field, this is by according to right hand thumb rule, field will be inwards. So at point B, it is very large distance away from the current carrying wire. Here the field intensity will be less. Here the field intensity will be more. So please consider this is not a loop. This is a current carrying wire or conductor. A conductor. It is moving with a velocity v. So they are asking you to find the EMF induced across AB. This is not a closed loop. So only if you move this with a velocity v, the charges present in this rod also moves with a velocity v in a magnetic field, not in a uniform. That is, this is not a uniform magnetic field. The field keeps on reducing when you move away from the wire. And this distance, the point A, the rod A, distance is d, and the point B at a distance L from A. So it is L plus d, and this is d. So A is at a distance d, and B is at a distance L plus d from the current carrying wire. So we know that EMF will be induced because this is a rod. This is not a loop. If a loop is moving means that we are going to see in the next thing. Two things they have asked. First thing, EMF induced is how much, and which end has higher potential, A or B. Okay. So EMF induced, we can consider, we already solved this problem previously, and we considered a small part. So I rub this cross marks and the other things. So this is moving with the velocity in this direction. So V cross B. This is V vector and field is inverse. So V cross B will be upward direction. So the charges will experience a force, Lorentz force in this direction. Okay. So the charges will keep on moving from this point to this point, from point B to point A. Okay. So more charges gets accumulated while moving the rod in this direction. We'll keep on moving the rod in this direction in a uniform magnetic field. So the charges keeps on moving and accumulated towards point A and B. So the potential at point A is greater than potential at point B. So for option B, point A is having higher potential. So that is VA is greater than VB because the charge gets accumulated towards A. Because of the Lorentz force, it experiences upward force. So charge will move towards A. So more force at A, more charges at A, less charge at B. So this is for B. So for A, how much electromagnetic induced EMF will be there? So first we consider a small segment of this. I will consider, already we have considered, I consider this as dx and this distance as x, and we know that the magnetic field will be B is equal to, I can write mu naught I by 2 pi x. Okay, so the small amount of EMF will be BLV. So B into dx into V. V will be in this direction. Both are perpendicular, so sin 90. Okay, so B will be mu naught I dx by 2 pi x into V. So on integrating this term, we are getting mu naught I, and the limits we want to see here. The limit starts from D. The point A starts from D, and the ending limit will be L plus D. So dx by x will be natural log of x. I am directly substituting it. So starting from D, L plus D into V divided by 2 pi. So finally the EMF induced will be mu naught IB by 2 pi natural log of L plus D or D plus L divided by D. Okay. So this is the final answer. This is the EMF induced. On integrating this, so we are getting the EMF induced as dx by x, that is natural log of x, mu naught IB by 2 pi, and the natural log of L plus D by D. So which will be, further we can write it as mu naught IB divided by 2 pi natural log of 1 plus L by D. So this is the final EMF induced answer. The same question is asked. Suppose the same current carrying, this is a wire. If the current carrying wire is replaced, by a rectangular loop. Okay, this is replaced by a rectangular loop of sides A, B, C, D, and the distance is D. And this is here, same thing. Instead of a conductor, we are having a loop. If you move the loop with a velocity v, with the same loop, it is moved with a velocity V. Now what happens? Now what happens to the EMF induced in the current this loop? So field will be decreasing field as you move away from the conductor. So more field, less field. So I can increase the density. Here I can decrease the density like this. So what I can think, if I move the loop, if I loop anywhere, that is in this direction, not away from this. If I am moving away from this, the amount of flux linking with this loop will decrease. But if I move along the direction of wire, not perpendicular to the direction of along the current direction, if I move the loop, the amount of field lines enclosing through this loop will remain. The flux remains same. So the change in flux will be 0. So the EMF induced in the loop will be 0. Because in a loop, current will be induced. Charge will move from one end to other. This is a closed loop. A conductor wire is not a closed loop. So in a normal wire, charges are moved. So we don't talk about current. We will say which is having higher potential, which is having lower potential. We don't talk about current. But here, the current induced will be 0 because the EMF induced is 0. They are asking the induced current. The induced current is also 0 in this case because there the field is acting. If we move the rod, the field is still acting, but it keeps on changing from this end to this end, and it is moving with a velocity. So because of the Lorentz force, the charges will move from this end to this end. That I am talking there. But here we cannot able to explain about the Lorentz force. Here this is a closed loop. So if I move the closed loop in this direction, you consider individual parts. So this conductor is moved in this direction. So this will have this side force. Similarly, this will have this side force. So there will be no current. So there will be no meaning in case of considering a loop in which current will be induced in this case. Because here flux, according to Faraday's law and Lenz's law concept, flux should change through a closed loop, but not in an open loop. In an open loop, we are talking about motion of charges from one end to the other end. But here, we are talking about there should be a change in flux enclosed within the closed loop. So that should be taken part. Then only the current induced will be there. Else the current induced will be 0. So in this case, the current induced will be 0. Okay. So no changing flux. So we can't able to consider the charge is moving from this end to this end, that end to that end. So we cannot have a higher potential at one end and lower potential at other end in all the cases to have a current. So this is the type of problem we have handled. Already we have seen different types of problems in this base. So please understand this problem. So these are all level 2 problems and subjective questions. So which they are asking in advanced JEE. So please be careful in attending such a problem. So thank you. We'll see you in the next video.